Hey there, Nick Robinson. How's it going?
Hi, Mike.
You just saw Transformers. I just saw Transformers. That hot new Transformers Devastation. Platinum Games. It's at E3.
Back at
E3
it again.
2015. How are you doing? How's your show, Ben?
It's been good. I'll tell you about Transformers.
Yeah.
I was sort of organizing Polygon's live show, and I wound up getting B-roll for that game like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I was just laughing riotously alone in my apartment.
It's so good.
It's good, and it's like also it's funny, but in a good way. People have been asking me like, is it funny in a good way or a bad way?
It's in the best way.
And like, yeah,
because like there's like footage of like Optimus Prime transforming in the air and just like slamming his truck into Devastator
in midair.
It's
beautiful. Really hard to put into words. Like seeing
Yeah.
it in motion is crucial. The funny thing about that game too, I think, is it's when those screenshots kind of leaked
Yeah.
out. I saw how people reacted publicly,
I
and
didn't think those were real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, well, what's funny is like. The Platinum part seems like the thing that's hard to believe is real because, like, Platinum making a Transformers game is one of those weird things that you have a dream about.
It's coming out in like a box. It's $60.
That is the part that was news to me. When I got the B-roll, like, I think even seeing it in motion on a YouTube video on the internet doesn't totally do it justice.
Right.
Because I think it's really easy to be dismissive and think it's just Korra again. And I liked Korra more than most people, but it's like, it was not a perfect game or anywhere close to it.
Absolutely
the cell shading is throwing people, but this is a very different, much more complete product from the man who made Revengeance.
It's very slick. It feels a lot like Revengeance.
Yeah.
One of the things they were showing off in the demo was a Devastator boss fight, and that brought back that sense of scale that Revengeance had, that sense of style. I wanted the rules of nature to play while I was fighting Devastator.
All right.
It's really exciting, and you can see that influence in the game. It feels like a very Platinum title.
Totally.
I think our friend John put it best when he said like Optimus Prime goes into witch time.
Yes, that's
a great sentence.
That is actually something that makes me get emotional. The sentence "Optimal Prime going into witch time." Like I actually am just like, oh, what a fucking great industry this is. Like, what a wonderful world.
Like surprises can still happen.
Yes,
that's why E3 is great. So we both got to play it. We both got hands-on time.
I had weird appointment issues. I watched their thing and then had to dip. I'm going to play it tomorrow.
Okay.
But how did it feel?
It feels really good. Like even
cool.
as someone who's not huge on Platinum, just by virtue of having only discovered them recently.
Sure.
I played some Bayonetta. I played some Revengeance. This feels more like Bayonetta than Revengeance, which is weird because Revengeance director works on this game.
But the whole witch time-ish component of it is right out
like
of
that dodge move. That feels really great to pull off. I'd argue it feels better than Bayonetta.
Interesting.
Because then sometimes when you do that, you can execute a combo really easily.
It's becoming an iconic Platinum thing. It's their version of towers that you climb to the top of. Because Korra had it too, but in Korra it felt like a shittier version of the Bayonetta one. So I'm glad to hear that it's like at least solid.
Yeah. So there's also like the vehicle sections. You can transform to a car just by holding down a button.
Right.
And I think that'll mitigate an issue I have with a lot of Platinum games, which is like I can't get to enemies fast enough a lot of the time.
You lose your combo, you mean?
Right. I lose my combo and then I have to like start all over. But with this, you can just like boost to an enemy and then like as part of your combo, you transform and hit the guy at the same time. Enter into a combo.
It's so
do
good.
Vehicle attacks. It is nuts. It feels so responsive.
And it also like looks and moves in like no other brawler you've ever seen in your life.
It
Because of that
looks
car
really
stuff,
good.
right?
Yeah.
And it kind of also has me excited. Like I'm assuming it'll probably control much the same way when you get a character who turns into like a plane or something.
Yeah.
But like that, just the concept. It's one of those things where before we saw it. Platinum and Transformers seems like a crazy combination.
Right.
In hindsight, it's like kind of a beautiful combination.
Yeah.
I was talking.
It's really exciting.
I was talking to my friend Brian about this, and he was like, as narrow as it seems like the Platinum type of game is, they've done a phenomenal job of like it's shocking how many things they can make a game about that still feels like a Platinum game and makes sense. It's
like
weird.
a Metal Gear Platinum game. Like Revengeance is really
perfect
fun,
example.
but like you look back on that and it's like a Metal Gear Platinum game. Like it's not tactical stealth action anymore. It's just action.
And this is embarrassing. I somehow didn't find out until 12 o'clock today that they're doing Star Fox.
Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
That is another example of like, I mean, I know Kamiya has been tweeting for years that he wants Star Fox and they won't let him do it. And now they're letting him do it. I can't wait to see that because like they are a great example, Korra aside, of a developer who I just have faith in everything they're going to do.
Right.
Like I want to see their take on
do
literally
a licensed
everything.
Product.
Yes.
They can take other licenses and make them their own while still retaining that original license's flavor. Like Metal Gear is not like cumbersome to control,
right?
But it has those super long speeches about ridiculous nonsense.
Sure does.
It has all the crazy stuff, but now you can play it. So they're doing that license right in that respect. And then with Transformers, they have like the sense of scale you get from Devastator.
Right.
You have how responsive and powerful this robots must feel. You have the look of the original show. There's like a lot of really smart decisions there
For sure.
that like you wouldn't expect from any Transformers game, much less the one that just come out of nowhere like this.
Exactly. Before we wrap up, I want to talk to you because you maybe don't have the huge platinum base of knowledge, but you love Transformers more than anything on this earth.
Transformers is my favorite thing.
For me, I do not give a single heck about Transformers, but I love Platinum. So I want to hear, like, as a Transformers fan, do you feel like like, what is there for you? What are you getting from it from, like, a sort of story and license standpoint?
Well, I mean, they managed to set this in a time in the cartoon before the movie, before Megatron kills everybody, before Unicron shows up, before Optimus Prime dies.
Which Transformers movie did you just spoil for me?
The original one, like the OG, the last thing Orson Welles ever did before he died.
Oh, that Transformers.
Yeah, that Transformers movie.
Right, okay.
The one with the rhyming robot. It's set before that, so all your favorite characters are still alive.
So no one's still alive? I'm sorry.
So there's Optimus Prime. This Bumblebee, man. You don't like Bumblebee?
Is that the...
Turns into a car.
He turns into a Bumblebee?
No,
well,
that's a different guy.
Is there a guy that turns into a Bumblebee?
Okay, so Beast Wars. I'm going to teach you about Beast Wars.
Oh, later. I watched Beast Wars. That's literally my only... This is a great interview about the video game Transformers.
But like when I was having a conversation with the Activision guys, I was like, okay, those are the jump starters. Those are the Seekers. This is this thing. They're like, yes, exactly. I was like nailing all the references. So it was really cool to see that there was real care being taken of this license that I hold so dearly to my heart that you wouldn't expect. Because like, War for Cybertron, it's fine. They have a lot of surface level references. This is like a lot deeper.
That's really cool to see and almost surprising. In a weird way. I also asked them who's writing it, and it's
one of the guys who did All Hail Megatron.
Yeah.
The name escapes me at the moment, but
I
All
can't
Hail
remember
Megatron
his name
is fine. Shane McCarthy is the issue with All Hail Megatron, not the other guy. So I have faith with this kind of stuff. Apparently they're bringing in all sorts of references from like the shows, the comics.
Yeah.
One of the little collectibles looks like the Allspark from Transformers Animated, which is like a 3-season show that nobody knows about, but like Transformers fans. So like seeing that kind of stuff, like they're able to pull from all sorts of Transformers fiction for inspiration. That's really, really exciting. I want to see what happens.
I would be fascinated to know like what side that's coming from, like how big a fan the Platinum guys are of Transformers. But
like, there was one example, like when new characters are introduced, their titles look like the box art packaging.
Jeez,
and like Hasbro was like, yes, that's perfect. So I think a lot of this is coming from like Platinum and Activision, and then Hasbro seems like really excited by what they're bringing to the property.
That's
I know it sounds like brand speak right now.
Sure.
But God damn it, I love Transformers. This game looks so cool.
I get that way too about the things I love. I got I turned into I went and got like a giant plastic bag that said Persona 5 on it today, and I never do that shit, but it's Persona 5.
Persona
I'm gonna
5
really quick. I'm gonna tell you a story about that.
Let's hear it.
Just to wrap us up. When I went to go get the bag for the Persona, like, you know, the Persona 5 bags that everyone's wearing around D3.
Yeah.
So I walk up and I like try to grab from the dude. There's like a rope thing between us, and he won't let me grab it. And he's like gesturing towards my shoulder. He's like, "No, you have to wear it." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You have to wear it. You have to put it on. You have to walk around with it." And so he's like putting it on me, and so I have to like turn around and let him like put this fucking stupid paper backpack on my back. And then I like step away from him, and then I take it off and I carry it like a normal human being.
Did you just like make eye contact?
I wish. I kind of just did it near him enough that I knew he would see it, but like there was a part of me that was kind of like, I'm not your billboard man. I mean I am, but I resent that. Is what I mean to say. Anyways, Transformers.
Yeah. No, Nick. Thanks for doing this with us.
Let's do a left-handed handshake. Why not?
You're good.
You're good.
And if you want to see the stuff Nick does, you can go to Polygon.com. You can go to Polygon.com.
We're actually changing the URL. It's polygon.business.
Polygon.now.
Polygon time.
Say here to Destructoid for all your hot Transformers coverage. And I guess E3 might happen.
Also, if you click like the videos tab on the top of the channel and go like way back, there's like a video with me in it.
That's right.
Like from like 5 years ago.
You were on the channel like a couple times.
Yeah. So that's if you want to see a good video.
Yeah. As opposed to all this crap we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.